Hey guys, this is Reverend Sean, and we're going to talk about things that happen when we're doing meditation. So, we're going to talk a little bit about back pain and stiffness and what you can do if you're getting in pain. So, here we are sitting in my regular meditation space, and there's a couple things that I have already set up. I do have a cushion. This is a fancy kind of bent cushion that we use for meditation. And then I have one of these. Now you don't have to get one of these. This is a traditional meditation cushion, and we use it right underneath the bum when we're sitting. And I would like you to go ahead and get something like that. Either a rolled up towel, a bath towel, or a rolled up blanket or something like that, which you can leave folded at your little meditation space. But what it does is this helps your back be straight. When we're sitting in this position, right, and we're trying to meditate flat on the floor, and we're doing this in regular street clothes because that's, that's how we usually meditate, right? If we're sitting, after a while we start to slouch the back this way, and that causes extra muscle tension. It's hard to lift everything up if it's leaning. Your head weighs about 13 pounds, 12, 13 pounds. And if it's stacked on top of the spine, it's easier to hold up if you're used to it. But if it's leaning forward, that feels heavier. It's just like if you held something really close to you or you hold it further away, it gets heavier quicker. You have more muscle fatigue. And that's what we want to avoid. So here's the way to avoid that. Number one, get on top of your cushion. If you sit your sitting bones, those are the bones you sit on, right on top of those, and you roll the pelvis forward like this, get your belly out, then you will feel the spine start to just be aligned. You'll naturally sit up straight. Now, I have my legs crossed in a very simple, just, we say whatever, crisscross, like the crisscross applesauce kind of thing right here, or a quarter lotus. You can do a half lotus, which I like and I've used for many, many years, which is the right foot on top of the thigh. Get them in there and snuggle them in comfortably. It works really well with a cushion, and it helps stabilize you. And also, it's a good anchor for your mind when you sit in this position and you're going to be doing meditation. You can either hold your hands in the regular meditation mudra, or the mindfulness mudra, which is the hands on the knees, or palms up, or whichever you prefer. Now, if you can't really do that one because of knee problems, the Burmese style. Burmese style is 1 foot forward, not sitting in lotus, really. We're just kind of like letting things open up a little bit. This is much better, much easier to do. And I've seen monks from all over the world use this position. If they can't use their knees very well, they have hip problems or low back problems, and that's where we are. Most people have some kind of problems with that kind of stuff. Now, getting into a full lotus is a little bit more challenging, but it's left foot up on top of the right thigh and right foot on top of those. Snuggle them in, and here we are in full lotus. It's a great one to do. Great to get into. I feel a lot of tension in my ankles. I feel a lot of tension in my hips. And this one I've used for many years, but because of old injuries and stuff, my legs tend to go to sleep after a little while. And I don't like that. So what I do is I just drop down 1 foot, snuggle it under, and I can either do this way or I prefer this one here, just because of the way I'm able to stretch. Is there a wrong way? No, not really. Is there a right way? The way that works for you. That's the important part. Now, your spine has 3 parts. Lumbar, which there's usually 5 bones. Thoracic, this middle part here, which is attached to ribs, has 12 bones, and then the neck has 7. The neck should be, if we turn sideways, and we look at the way, like if we try to sit forward this way, we get really tired quickly. Luckily, the cushion helps us roll the pelvis forward, give us that little curve right through here. This is the lumbar curve, or lordosis, and then we're able to stack everything up. If the ear's above the shoulder, we're doing great. Does it have to be? Absolutely not. Comfort is the key. If you're having pain, if you're having stiffness, here's what to do. Let's say you're having stiffness in the back. So during the meditation, at some point you're going to have to take a break. Or you're going to realize you have a lot of tension in your back. The more tension you start feeling in the back, the more tension you start feeling in your forehead. And the more your mind is focusing on the tension and the pain rather than the meditation process. Now, this is useful because you can use it as an object of meditation, but we want to actually do something else with our meditation most of the time. Just focusing on pain isn't going to help you. So what you could do is, as we're sitting, we just simply mindfully, slowly, and on purpose and with intention, notice that we have pain. I have tension in my back. I have pain in my back. Well, we don't react to it. We notice that it's there. And then we take some time to feel it and feel where it is, maybe where it's coming from. And we notice there's an urge to stretch. It's not a problem. Okay, it's not going to undo any of your meditation process. You're not going to lose any karma points or merit points or anything like that. All you have to do is to take the body and slowly turn the head and then follow with the shoulders as far as you can go. And just let it sit for a moment, 5, 6 seconds, 3 breaths perhaps, and then come all the way back to center. Take another 2 or 3 breaths. Focus again on the breath. If that releases it, stay there. If not, try the other side. So it's just turning the neck, following with the shoulder, following with the mid and low back. It's a simple twist. Later on, if that's not working, we want to do, one of the things I have clients do or patients do or people that are doing meditations do, because we do the meditations here in this space and we have enough for about 10 or 12 people, and frequently you see people having to move and they feel upset that they're not doing meditation right. You're doing meditation right if you're doing it. Period. You're doing it right. You need to just refine things so it works better for you. Here's another trick. Back pain, especially in the mid-level, around this area, the paraspinals that are called, I want you to lean with your elbow on your shoulder and feel that stretch through here. Reaching forward, just to lean forward. If you want to get your elbow all the way to the floor, that's fine, but you don't have to. And it's just a simple stretch. Just a few seconds, coming back to like a more neutral position, and then place your hands where you usually place your hands. Same thing, elbow on the knee and across. And it's a simple stretch. If you want to stretch out further, you can. Usually we have kind of like another cushion that's like square or something like that. And we try to stay within that cushion area, and that's fine. Moving the legs, moving the body is not a problem as long as we're coming back to the meditation. Now, meditations can be very relaxing, and having pain ruins the relaxation. So how do we deal with that pain otherwise? We notice it. Now, I have a condition called ankylosing spondylitis. It's a genetic condition that causes connective tissue problems, and one of the problems is kind of a scoliosis, which is a curved spine this way, and other joint and muscle and other issues like eye issues and heel issues and stuff like that. When there's a flare-up, it's very difficult to meditate, but it helps me when I have a flare-up or I know what's coming, is to meditate and to have the time to really relax myself, and then I feel less discomfort. Okay? Anytime that you relax into discomfort or into pain, it becomes discomfort, but it's no longer pain. Now, I've had my back go out so bad I could barely stand up. That's impossible to meditate at those times, and you shouldn't be meditating at those times because you're in pain. It's fine to try, but sitting up in a structure like this may not be useful. You can lay down, you can stand, you can walk, you can do simple movements back and forth, qigong exercises, for example, tai chi exercises, or just simple just waving back and forth. As long as you have that focus, as long as you have that realization of the breath and keeping your intention of meditation or mindfulness or whatever, metta, or whatever you're doing, that's going to be fine. So we have to practice where and how we can. A lot of people have knee problems. They'll never get into this position. A lot of people have hip problems. They'll never sit like this. I have many of my people that meditate with me and my clients and whatnot that have had surgeries. They've had back surgeries, hip surgeries, replacements, knee replacements, ACL tears. I mean, you name the problem, we've seen it here. And some people just can't sit for very long. So we do it in steps. Work your way up to a number of breaths. Then do some stretching. Even if it's just to put your hands forward and walk them forward to feel the stretch in the low back. Walk them back, get back up, go back. Now this is a great practice because this will help you when you're meditating. Things distract you. Car drives by, telephone rings, dogs bark, rooster crows, whatever. You think of things, oh my gosh, I forgot to turn off the toaster, or whatever it is. You think of things, and then you work to come back to that moment of peace, that relaxation, that intention of focus, that meditative state. The more you practice, the better you get at it. Notice the more you practice freaking out and thinking of everything, the more your brain thinks of everything. So when you lay down at night, you're thinking everything. It takes you forever to fall asleep because your mind's going crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, the reason it does that is because the next morning when you wake up, your brain, your mind goes, look, we survived the night. And it's all because I thought of a zillion things before we went to sleep. And that sets up a pattern, which is not very useful. So we need to start to learn to calm down. We learn to focus. We learn and practice doing this over and over and over again. And people say, I think too much or I have too much pain. We're just attaching to that. So we let go of it, come back to the breath. Comes up again, let go of it, come back again. That's the simplistic way of doing it. The more we do this in practice, sitting on the mat, sitting on the cushion, the better we get at it. Eventually, we end up feeling that way out in the world. We're driving, someone cuts us off or drives in front of us, and we let go of it pretty quick, or it doesn't even affect us. We have to sit at a light too long. We take the opportunity to breathe. We have some rude person making noise. We're able to let go of that. There's many things that we can do to let go. Okay, and as we practice letting go, we get better at letting go. When we get better at letting go, we become more calm. When we become more calm, we become more attuned to what's going on around us, more attuned to the beauty of the world. Anyway, so go ahead and like this, please, if you can, and subscribe, because we're going to do a lot more on the physiology, really, of meditation in the body, because we have to get into that, because there's a lot of people who have challenges in meditation that think they can't do it, and I'm telling you, you can. I mean, even if you have sinus problems or back problems or shoulder problems, or whatever you have, headaches, migraines, all that kind of stuff, you can still meditate, and meditation will help you with those conditions. So don't forget to subscribe, and you can look us up on the web at thecenterpath.org and see some of our other information and whatnot. There's not a whole bunch quite yet, but we're working on it, okay? I'm trying to get little bits to help you in your meditation process. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you soon.